You stand in the shadows of a narrow street, the smell of sour wine and gunpowder wafting through the air. It's night in Renaissance Florence. The cathedrals glow with candles, but the shadows you carry are sharper than any dagger. You're neither noble nor merchant. You're a spy, and every secret you keep is a death sentence waiting for the right moment to leap from your lips. Your disguise is perfect. A dark cloak, a ciphered letter hidden up your sleeve, a practiced smile to deceive monks, mercenaries, and cardinals. In the Renaissance, everyone spies on everyone. The Pope wants to know what the Duke is planning. The Duke wants to know what the Pope is hiding. And you, in the middle, are the rat scurrying through the stone corridors, bringing and carrying poison in the form of words. You think you're clever. In the tavern you shower praise, hear confessions. In the squares you observe. In the bedrooms you draw sighs from careless lovers. Each sigh can become a dossier, each confession a coin, each secret a thread that, if pulled, opens holes in walls that seemed unbreakable. But currency is treacherous, and secrecy is a double-edged sword. What buys you wine and silk today may drag you to a torture chamber tomorrow, dark as the bottom of a well. Because in the Renaissance, lying is art, but torture is science. Imagine yourself tied to a wooden chair, blindfolded, the smell of burning iron telling you the conversation is over. They won't ask you again who pays you. They no longer want to know who you copy letters from, or how you get into the secret corridors of a castle. Now they just want to see if you cry. And you cry because no matter how many poisons you've mixed in other people's cups, how many secrets you've engraved in your mind, there's no contract of silence that can withstand hot pincers or a screw tightening your bones. It's ironic. You who lived on secrets die because the secret leaks from your scream. And the echo of it travels through alleys, interrogation rooms, confessionals. Other spies hear it. Some tremble. Others smile, relieved to still be on the right side of the dagger. You tried to remember when you first got into this. Maybe it was when you saw a message hidden inside a book in a convent library. Maybe it was when someone offered you enough coins to buy a better life, a life that never came. The truth is, you were never free. Not when you sat at the noble's table, not when you whispered information to the darkness behind the confessional. To be a spy in the Renaissance was to be a living ghost, seen by all, known by none, hunted by all. With each encrypted letter, you folded your own shroud. With each secret sold, you buried deeper any chance of redemption. And in the end, it's not your enemies who kill you, it's your friends. They're the ones who trade your name for political relief, more powerful blackmail, a peace bought with your cry. Perhaps, in a moment of silence between one moan and the next, you see a figure in black watching, another spy, younger, more agile, learning from his pain what not to do, until one day he too ends up in this chair, under this same dim light, confessing what he promised to take to his grave. Outside, the city lives on. Carriages pass, bells ring. A brilliant painter finishes his fresco. A sculptor shapes marble. The Renaissance shines with poetry and art, but its underworld stinks of fear and betrayal. You, now, are just another story whispered in alleyways, a name scrawled on a parchment hidden behind an altar. Your death, however, is a warning that in the Renaissance, being a spy is the same as being betrayed. But the machine keeps turning. Someone has already taken his place, another curious young man, another dark cloak, another encrypted letter. He too will think he's clever. He too will trade secrets for coins, kisses, promises of power. He too will believe no one will ever find out, until they find out, until a cold blade touches his throat, or hot pincers burn the skin where he tattooed his oaths of loyalty. because in the Renaissance, the only thing more valuable than a secret is the pleasure of watching those who keep secrets beg for a quick death. And so his story ends, not in glory, but in whispers, not in statues, but in bones hidden in nameless graves. And yet his name echoes like a warning, like a whisper trapped in the stone of every palace. Don't trust those who know too much. You take a deep breath, but the air no longer comes in properly. The smell of mold and blood is all that remains. The wood creaking beneath your thin body, the candle flickering in the dim light. This is your inheritance, a throne of pain built with other people's lies and truths whispered with silver coins. Outside, the palace you infiltrated remains untouched. The ballroom where you smiled at duchesses and slipped secrets into wine glasses glows with candles and music. With each lute chord, a secret dies with you. Those dancing now have no idea that the ground beneath their feet hides secret corridors, damp tunnels where you, cunning rat, once scurried carrying poisoned notes. You remember every face, the cardinal who paid to find out who was plotting against Rome, the Venetian merchant who sold silk and treason, the sculptor who carved ivory busts while spreading rumors that could bring down an entire family. You were everyone's confessor, but there was no one to absolve you. Perhaps, with your last breath, you'll realize the Renaissance wasn't made for honest hearts. It was made for sharp tongues, hidden daggers, and hands that exchange blessings for fresh corpses.
If you were a poet, your words would become music. If you were a painter, your betrayals would become a mural. But you are just an echo, a blot on history that no one dares to sign. A spy leaves no heirs, only rumors. He leaves no inheritance, only documents burned before the guards break down his door. You wonder if it was worth it, the nights in taverns, the taste of temporary power, the sweet wine bought with stolen information. Was it worth it? Was it worth holding your breath behind heavy curtains while listening to kings conspire just feet away? Was it worth feigning confidence while holding venom in your fist? For some, yes. For those who survive, it always counts. But you won't survive. Your body will become a warning, a public demonstration that no one deceives forever. An executioner will sharpen a blade while a crowd gathers to see the traitor. You will see the sky for the last time, the blade reflecting gray clouds. Maybe someone in the crowd recognizes you, a face you deceived, a lover who believed your whispered promises, a partner in crime who now spits on the ground to ensure no one connects your name with his. The final pain is brief compared to the slow torture that has already torn you apart. But fear lasts until your heart's last beat. And after that, only silence. In the Renaissance, spies have no proper tomb. Their bones become fertilizer for palace gardens, where other liars continue to flourish. You will be forgotten, but your craft will not. There will always be another messenger ready to slip through the corridors, another spy to sell oaths and steal confessions. Deep down, you were just another pawn. The duke who hired you is already preparing another. The cardinal who bought your loyalty is already beckoning another naive young man. The cycle never ends, because the hunger for secrets is endless. Perhaps, in the distant future, a chronicler will find your name in a rotting letter. Perhaps he will write your story, but no one will mourn you. They will call you a rat, a traitor, a fool. Because dying for secrets is dying for nothing. Still, the game goes on. Around the next corner, a new face, a new smile disguised as a faithful servant. The next you, the same trap with a different name, another dark cloak, another folded note in the pocket. And so the Renaissance spins on, cathedrals rising to the heavens while bodies rot in the basements, eternal paintings, delicate poetry, and beneath it all, tunnels of conspiracy fueled by hot blood. You wanted to be part of history, you did, but not in the way you dreamed when you read your first encrypted message. Your name is a footnote to a confession, a burned draft, an echo in the hallways that reek of mold and betrayal. What remains is just a lesson. Whoever hears it will laugh. They will say, "I would have done it differently. I wouldn't have fallen. I would have known how to escape." Until I too fall, too confess, too bleed. The palace rises immensely as its body wanes. Every stone bears witness to its whisper. Every closed window holds the sound of the blade that silenced its secret. In the end, it doesn't matter if they killed you because they knew too much or too little. What matters is that there will always be someone else to replace you. You, who sold secrets, have become one. And no one who lives off secrets is spared. Silence. The executioner cleans the blade. The crowd disperses. The cathedral candles flicker as another confession dies before reaching the page. A new spy is already breathing deeply in the dark. A new note is folded. A new torture contract signed without ink, only with a cold handshake. And so the dance continues. Gold changes pockets, mouths are shut, dungeons are filled. A secret is always heavier than it seems. And you, now dust, are the final proof that in the Renaissance, no one is untouchable, especially those who swear they know too much. Whoever opens this letter tomorrow should be careful. Every Renaissance spy is born dead. The rest is just a matter of time.